Boys and girls, welcome for the lesson. This is Vocational Skills for Grade 6. Last time we talked about executing foundations of singing, where we talked about the definition of a song and the types of songs. We also talked about the importance of songs. We said that a song is a musical composition intended to be vocally performed. A musical composition that is intended to be vocally performed. Now, we went further and talked about the types of songs. We discussed the traditional songs, which are songs sung based on the culture and traditions of a particular society. We said traditional songs are always composed based on customs and traditions, and they are performed during traditional ceremonies. Then we went further and talked about the sacred songs. These ones are songs which are sung in praise of God or in praise of the prophets. These ones are sacred songs. So most of the sacred songs are sung in churches, right? We also have the Muslims, the sacred songs in the mosque. So sacred songs are sung in praise of prophets or in praise of God. We have another type of song which is known as the lullaby song, which are soothing songs sung for the babies to sleep. The soothing songs sung for the babies to sleep. These ones are known as the lullaby songs. When your mother leaves you the baby, right? Your young brothers or your young sisters, and if the baby is disturbing, maybe the baby wants to sleep, they usually cry. So there are songs which are sung to soothe the babies to sleep or to send the babies to sleep. These songs are known as the lullaby songs. We have topical songs which are composed on different topics. Maybe if there is an outbreak of diseases, if there are some educative topics, right? These ones are topical songs. Songs written on different topics to educate the society on the different happenings or in different areas. Now we have dirges, which are traditional lamentations, which are sung for the dead, or this is done also to scare the dead out of the home. This is done during the time that someone dies. So the dirges express what is known as the grief during that time. So we said that the people who sing dirges always wear very scary traditional costume, and this may make almost everyone sent away, running out of the home. So we have patriotic songs, which are national songs. They're songs sung in praise of the presidents or the national leaders or nations. These songs are always sung during holidays, during a national holiday or a national day, right? Today we are talking about identifying different types of musical instruments correctly. Identifying different types of musical instruments correctly. Now, if you talk of a song, we said it is a musical composition intended to be performed, right, vocally. So music goes with what is known as musical instruments. For us to make our song interesting, right, to be admired and to be liked by many people, we have to use musical instruments. Now, what are musical instruments? Musical instruments are the instruments used as an accompaniment during singing. So you can compose a song, you can sing a song, and during the time that you are singing, you accompany your song with some instruments being played. This increases the beauty in rhythm of a song. So we have the drums, which can be sung, which can be beaten when someone is singing. We have the piano that can be played when someone is singing. We have the guitar that can be played when someone is singing. If they are tuned to the correct pitch that goes with the song, this makes the song very interesting. So musical instruments are the instruments used as an accompaniment during singing. Now, musical instruments increase the beauty and rhythm of a song, as we have said. Now, there are many types of musical instruments. The musical instruments are very many, and they are based on how the music, how the instrument is played. So now each community has got their different musical instrument, right, which they are using in their traditional songs. But we are talking about now the common types of musical instruments. Now, we have three types of musical instruments, three major types of musical instruments. One, we have the wind instruments. Wind musical instruments. These are musical instruments which are played by blowing. You blow air on the mouthpiece of the instrument, then it produces a sound, right? The examples of wind musical instruments include, right? One, we have the horn, right? Most of you have seen a horn. Now, a horn is a traditional musical instrument, right, which is of this nature, right? It is something like that. So, you have here a mouthpiece. This is where you place in your mouth. This is the mouthpiece, and you blow the air. Then, this is known as the resonator. The sound will come out from there. That is a horn. And most of you maybe have seen. The horns, traditionally, they are just the animal horns, right? Which were cut, maybe during the slaughtering, they cut them, they make the horn. Used for entertainment and also calling people during the meetings. So one wind instrument, we have the horn. Others, we have the whistle, we have the flute, we have the zumari, trumpets, and we have the pipes, right? These are musical instruments which are blown to produce sound. They are known as wind instruments. The second type of musical instrument is known as the percussion instruments. The percussion instruments are the musical instruments that are played by hitting, shaking, or pressing. So they are played by hitting, shaking, or pressing. So they produce sound when they are hit, when they are shaken, when they are pressed. Examples of such musical instruments, we have an accordion, we have tambourine, they look like shakers, right? Now we have shakers, then we have the bell, xylophone, which is also known as the marimba, we have the piano, which is played by pressing the keys, we have the kayamba, which is played by shaking, we have the drums, which are played by beating. Now, these ones are musical instruments that play, they produce sound by hitting, shaking, and pressing. So they produce sound when they are hit, when they are shaken, when they are pressed. These ones are percussion instruments. The last type of instrument that we have is the string instruments. These are musical instruments that produce sounds by plucking on the strings. These instruments are made using strings, right? So you either bow the strings or you pluck the strings so as to produce sound. Examples of such instruments, we have the guitar, right? Most of you have seen the guitar. We have the nyatiti, right? We have the lyre. The lyre looks like nyatiti, but this one is more traditional than the lyre. We have the orutu, which is a Luo traditional instrument. We have the zeze, we have the violin, and we also have other string musical instruments. So boys and girls, we have three types of musical instruments. One, we have the wind instruments, we have the percussion instruments, and we have the string instruments, right? So, I think this marks the end of our lesson for today. Till next time, God bless you. Thank you.